Hello and welcome back to the Shades of Orange. Today I want to review Disco Deathtrap by Roubique. I received this horror novel from the author. This book is set on December 31st, 1980 and follows a group of teenagers that agree to spend their New Year's locked into a skating rink. They are unaware that this particular rink happens to be built on top of occupied graves. So when a man shows up and gives them a warning that the year of blood is about to begin, they don't take it too seriously. However, they probably should, because soon enough a killer shows up and mayhem ensues. I just love this premise. If you can't guess, the author is a big fan of those classic slasher movies, and this is basically the book version of one of those classic stories. I love this a lot. It was so much fun. It does have a really big cast of characters, and I did find it hard to keep track of all of the names and who's who, but the upside to having a big cast of characters means you're gonna have a big body count, and you know I love a dark, crazy story, and this book was intense. Despite the ages of the characters, it's definitely an adult horror novel. In fact, older readers will probably appreciate more of the nostalgic references in this book, but it's also very dark and gruesome and very, very bloody. I mean, very bloody, which was a lot of fun. If that's your kind of thing, it certainly is mine. As I mentioned, this is set at the end of the disco era, and as a result, there's a lot of references to bell-bottom jeans, disco balls, and the soundtrack is right out of the disco era, so I really enjoyed those aspects. I personally love those horror stories that give that nostalgic kick, and this one definitely did this. I would consider this book to be a page turner. I read it incredibly fast. I did not want to put it down. It's jam-packed with action and is just exactly what you would expect from a book like this, which was perfect. I definitely recommend it to pretty much any horror fans as long as they're okay with a lot of blood. But I particularly would recommend this to anyone who is a big fan of slasher movies, because I think they'll get something extra out of a book like this. So those are my quick thoughts on Disco Deathtrap by Roubique. I'd love to know if you're thinking about picking it up. As well, I'd love for you to recommend to me some of your favorite slasher movies, because reading this reminded me that I'd really like to watch more of them. So please give me some recommendations down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.